Greetings, folks. We are on the sixth lecture, I believe, about networks and ministries you should know. This may be a shorter video, but I want to just introduce you to different networks and ministries that are good to know in the denomination. And each one of these you can chase down by Googling it or going to the Free Methodist website and just let you know. And you can find out more about each of these networks. We really are a networked people in the Free Methodist Church, and so just some different ministries for you to know that are both official and are somewhat unofficial in the Free Methodist Church. So we have a bookstore, and you can look up Light and Life Bookstore. They have Light and Life Communications has all kinds of wonderful resources for you to find, and so you can. I know some of you probably ordered from Light and Life Bookstore, but it's a part of our denomination as a network and as a ministry, and so I encourage you to look them up. The National Prayer Ministry, headed up by Brett Heinzman, and has just a powerful and an important ministry within our denomination and movement to keep prayer at the center. So we have a national prayer ministry in the Free Methodist Church that you can be a part of. The Center for Pastoral Formation is the group that helps to resource our Ministry Education Guidance Board as we help pastors, people that are in the pipeline to become pastors, walk the ordination track. Steve Tungate is the head of our Center for Pastoral Formation, which is in Greenville, Illinois. And you probably already know about them because of Pathright, which is the program you need to be on in order to track the classes you take. And so the Center for Pastoral Formation, look it up online. There's a lot of resources on their website. We have an important chaplain association in the Free Methodist Church. Many people believe that our chaplains are some of our hidden gems. As a chaplain has to have an endorsing agency behind it, and so the Free Methodist Church acts as endorsing agents for chaplains in hospitals, in nursing homes, in prisons, in the military, and so our chaplain association is a wonderful organization. Make sure you look them up. Our study commission on doctrine is all online as well, and this is a group of people that help to do deep dives into our theology and can be assigned studies done by our general conference as they look deeper. And so our study commission on doctrine and the things that they are studying are online as well. The Marston Memorial Historical Center is headquartered in Indianapolis at our FMC USA headquarters. And there's a lot of information on the Marston Memorial Historical Center website, including the earnest Christians from 1860 on. And so look up the Marston Memorial Historical Center website. There's a lot of digitized books, and they do a great job of keeping and promoting our history. Then there are networks. So all of those things are kind of connected with the denomination, perhaps at headquarters, but then there are networks of people that are gathered together who are either like-minded or same background, and so there are several of them coming. African Heritage Network is primarily for our African American pastors, brothers and sisters who at times they struggle to feel to be given a place here in the denomination and feel welcome. And so it's a wonderful gathering of people that happens in Florida, and I've been to it. You don't have to be African American to go, but I encourage our African American brothers and sisters to consider this, and for others to go too, because there's some wonderful times of teaching and really some important conversations that happen at our African Heritage Network. There's also our Hispanic Latino connection, Conexión Latina Methodist Libre, Free Methodist Church, the Hispanic and Latino connection as well. You know, we have many Hispanic churches, and so I encourage you to take a look at our Conexión ministry. There's a Free Methodist Liturgical Network that helps write liturgy and keep us focused on the historic church And so the liturgical network is online, and you can find a lot of their writings. They're very helpful at Advent and some other times as well. Then there's the Justice Network of the Free Methodist Church, which is a network of people who are like-minded in focusing and remembering justice in the Free Methodist Church. They do a yearly gathering at the Justice Conference, and really there's some important conversations that happen at our Justice Network. There are advocates for women in leadership. This is a fairly new group that has helped to start a particular Sunday when they call for every pulpit in the Free Methodist Church to have a female pastor, preacher that day, and they help just remind us of that which we have decided to, that for women in leadership and empowering women as pastors, and they remind us of that which we already say we believe but don't always practice. There are then church planting organizations in the denomination, which are really, some of them just started in the last few years, like Mission Igniter out of the Southern Michigan Conference, but working with multiple other conferences. Mission Igniter seeks to empower, train, equip pastors and laity in order to ignite mission in multiple settings, both for church plants and for revitalizations. And so Mission Igniter work has been done in Detroit and various other places. There's work going on in Washington as well. And so look up Mission Igniter. There's some powerful things that are happening through it. The Church Development Network came out of Acts 12:24, and just this call for rapid advancement of the gospel and multiplication that we're seeing around the world, from village to village, from city to city. And so the Church Development Network runs events called Encounter Weekends, where on a Friday, Saturday, they gather laity and pastors and ask them to pray about where the Lord would have them to plant a church, have them start a new ministry. And out of the Church Development Network have just come hundreds of churches, some that are Free Methodist, some that are not. You have to picture small groups of people gathered in unique places. And so the Church Development Network has just been a powerful tool and help in the Free Methodist Church that came out of Acts 12:24. Exponential is a conference and a ministry that is the largest church planting conference in the United States. Larry and Deb Walkermeyer are a part of Exponential, who are our multiplication advocates in the Free Methodist Church. And Exponential is just a wonderful conference for many of us that we go to help us think about what it means to plant churches and think about new ministries. Seedbed feeds the heart and calls to holiness. It's a ministry that was founded on the idea of sowing for a great awakening. And they have the New Room Conference yearly, and Seedbed puts out material. They put out devotions. They put out a daily devotion, and many of us have been fed well by Seedbed. And then there are official organizations that you just need to know about that are impacting the world. Free Methodist World Missions. In fact, when you consider, that a very small percentage of Free Methodists are in the United States and the rest are around the world, Free Methodist World Missions is just one of the jewels in the crown of Free Methodism. And so we support missionaries. Every missionary has to raise their own support, and then there are church planting and development funds used to be called country shares, that help support the missions around the world. And so just look up Free Methodist World Missions. A part of that is International Child Care Ministry. Many of you support children, where for a certain amount each month, children are fed, schools are begun, and International Child Care Ministry is one of the powerful ministries of the Free Methodist Church. The Set Free movement began several years ago. Kevin Austin, along with several others who are just helping him, they work to both bring awareness and freedom for those caught in human trafficking today. There are more slaves today than there have been in the history of the world, still going on, number-wise. And so, particularly in sex trafficking, Set Free does a wonderful job of trying to help organizations form groups that can address issues within their community. So the Set Free movement's an important part of the Free Methodist Church. We have a magazine called Heartbeat that Free Methodist World Missions puts out. It's a great one. If you want to look it up, you can receive it electronically and a physical copy. Just up the road from us here in Spring Arbor, FM Financial has been helping pastors and laity to think about their finances and having an eternal impact through what the Lord has gifted them in. And so FM Financial has been a wonderful gift to us. They also serve to give loans to churches who are looking to build and do some other things. And so they've been a wonderful help to the Free Methodist Church. We also have multiple universities that are connected with us. Spring Arbor University, Greenville University in Illinois, Roberts Wesleyan University in Rochester, New York, Central Christian College in McPherson, Kansas, Seattle Pacific in Washington State. There's also some universities that are affiliated with us, like Azusa, and we're affiliated with Asbury Seminary and College, but University. But these are the ones that are officially connected to us. There are many more organizations that are a part of the Free Methodist Church, and I encourage you just to look up the networks through the website. On every Free Methodist website, look under the resources. Those are extremely important. So those are the networks that are connected with the FMC USA.